Hi guys, and welcome back to another PlayerUnknown's update video where we have some new stuff to go over for PUBG on Xbox One. Today's video is just a quick update, which is okay as I'm also working on some useful guides and videos for release day, which will be released over the next few days and over the first week of release as well. In this video, we're going to be talking about the game's achievements, the official release times, which were announced by Major Nelson, and a quick look at what you will get if you purchase the physical copy and what happens if you try to install early. Before we jump into it, I want to say a big thanks to you guys. I have only been covering PUBG for just over a week properly, but we already reached 100,000 views for the small amount of videos I've made, which is awesome. And I have covered plenty of games before, but not very many have had as many views in this short space of time. So it's looking like we're going to have an awesome Xbox community for the game, and I'm going to try to keep you guys up to date with the most useful vids as possible. Alright, so let's jump in and look at the first thing, which is the game's achievements. The news is, as of right now, that PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds will not have any achievements available for the game on release. That's according to TrueAchievements.com, who posted to their website, and I'm just quoting them here. They've found out that PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, aka PUBG, will not launch with achievements or gamer score on Xbox One, although this is something the team is looking to add at a later date, according to a Microsoft spokesperson. So no achievements will be available for the game right now, which is a little disappointing, but to be honest, it's exactly what I expected. Loads of preview titles haven't had achievements while in preview. Ark Survival Evolved, for example, I downloaded on preview and it didn't come with any achievements, but the game will 100% have them in the future whenever it leaves the game preview program, which I will cover whenever that does happen. Next guys, the release times for the game have been announced officially, and we did go over this in another video where Aaron Greenberg, who posted the US release times on his Twitter page, but Major Nelson released a full list of release times for different regions, although like always it's extremely confusing to figure out. But actually what the release schedule is telling us, if you can make it out on screen, is that every country will have a 12 AM release time, their local time, just like most games. The only time I can see that doesn't translate to 12 AM is the Pacific time, which is 9 PM, but everywhere else is 12 AM, including the rest of the USA. And if you're confused, this is how it works. Essentially, the table gives you the release times of the West Coast US and the UK time, and everywhere else has to work out from that. So for example, if you're in Australia, it says 1 PM UTC on the 11th of December, but that doesn't mean 1 PM Australia time, it will be 1 PM in the UK when it releases, and since Australia, the furthest part of Australia, is 11 hours ahead of the UK in time, that is 1 PM plus the 11 hours, which makes it 12 AM on the 12th of December release for Australia, and you can do the same thing for all the different time zones. So another example would be Brazil. It's 2 hours behind the UTC, or UK time essentially, and it says it comes out at 2 AM UTC time on the table, which is 2 AM UK time, not 2 AM Brazil time. You have to take the 2 hours away, which again makes it 12 AM. So confusing, yes, but except for the Pacific USA, every other location, including Eastern USA, has a local midnight release time for the game, and the Pacific US and the Central US will get the games slightly ahead of the 12 AM release time, essentially so all the US has the game at the same time. So I hope that makes sense. I know the table is very confusing. I don't know why they just don't give you all the release times in their local time, but for everywhere except for a couple of places, we'll have the game at 12 AM their local time on the 12th of December. Finally guys, a quick look at the physical copy of the game, which was posted to Reddit. The physical copy, when you do open it up, simply contains a download code and some PUBG stickers, so very exciting stuff. The box itself is also cardboard, so it's not really high quality looking, and the box can get easily damaged, which is a little disappointing for people who want to add the game to their game shelf. I would much rather have a plastic box for my game, but I guess it's not too big a deal. The big question though is what happens when you try to install the game early? Well, I can tell you guys the download code does not work until the actual release time, your local time. So if you had hopes of playing the game early than everyone else in your region, well, you can't. The only way to do that will be to download the game from a region ahead of you, like Australia for example, which is where I often install games ahead of the UK. But of course, it's more difficult to do these days, but it is still possible. But it is confirmed, if you do get a physical copy of the game early and you have the download code already, then you cannot install until the actual release time. So there is no benefit of trying to get the game early. So I think that is about it for today's video. No achievements, 12 AM release times for everyone, and no early downloads if you get the game. I will of course keep you guys updated on more info as we get it, and I will also be working on other videos as we get up to and the first week of release as well, so make sure to subscribe and check out my Twitter page as well. Anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to leave a like below guys, the support is greatly appreciated on the channel, so that would be really awesome. Subscribe if you're new around for similar videos to this one, and I will catch you guys next time with a brand new video. Peace.